Hello traders, you're welcome back to the Forex Geek channel. In this video, we're just going to look at the fair value gap indicator for MT4. Okay, it's a custom indicator, so if you want to make use of it, you have to download the indicator from a third-party site and then add it to your indicators folder, after which you'll be able to use the indicator on your chart. Okay, before we get started, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future trading tutorials. Okay, now if you are looking to enhance your technical analysis, then this is the video for you. The fair value gap indicator is a tool that helps traders identify imbalances in price action, areas where there is a lack of liquidity. So these gaps are formed when a candlestick has a large body that is not overlapped by the previous or next candlestick. Okay, so when this happens, the FVG indicator marks these areas with horizontal rectangles, like you can see that happened here. This was an example. Okay, you're going to see green rectangles in an uptrend, which indicate potential buy zones, right? And then you're going to see red, you can see this is an example, this is another example. You're going to see red rectangles in the downtrend, which are potential sell zones. So these gaps indicate areas where the market may return to fill liquidity, making them valuable for spotting entry opportunities. All right, so installing the FVG indicator is quite simple. Okay, we've already talked about how to install indicator in a previous video. You might want to check that out. I already explained how to get your custom indicator, download it, and get it working on your chart. So you can check out that video if you don't know how to install this fair value gaps indicator, because it's a custom indicator. All right, so once you have applied this indicator to your chart, you're gonna see green and red. You're gonna see green and red rectangles. All right, you're gonna see green and red rectangles. So these rectangles are they are appearing where fair value gaps exist. Like here we had a fair value gap here. That was the reason why the the indicator appeared, the green rectangle appeared here. You can see that we had a fair value gap around here. That's the reason why the red rectangle appeared here. Okay, so it's important for you to note that the FVG indicator does not give direct trade signals. Okay, instead what it does is that it highlights areas where price is likely to react, just like what we can see happening here. The indicator is going to show you where a fair value gap was identified, but it won't tell you whether you should buy or you should sell. You have to know that by yourself, right? So the indicator's job is to just identify FVG areas for you. That's just the job of the indicator. Okay, but when you want to use this indicator to trade, let's just discuss some setups for you. Okay, for your buy entry setup, just look for a green rectangle like this to appear in an uptrend. Okay, then wait for the price to pull back into this zone. Okay, wait for price to pull back into this zone, then you can enter a long trade above the rectangle. So if you had done that here, perhaps you would have caught you would have, in fact, the price came back inside again. We could still have a continuation. We could actually still have a continuation to the upside, but right now we had just some pips from here to here. This is the 30 minutes time frame. So if you had entered a buy around here, and then you are reading it all the way to this point, well, that's going to be a scalping trade though, you know because if we are going to analyze the structure of this, we can see that this buy trend was broken. It was broken, so this was a legit retest. You can see for yourself there was a break of structure here. So in as much as this fair value gap was filled, this zone was filled, this liquidity was filled, price had to come and retest this breakout point, and then we are having a possible continuation, meaning if that should happen, then this is invalidated. So we might have a downward movement instead because of this break of structure. But if bullish momentum should prevail, yes, if bullish momentum should prevail, then we might find price come back to fill this, this area, because you can see that this area has not yet been filled. Yeah, but that is if bullish momentum should prevail, because at this point there has already been a break of structure and it's looking as if a bearish trend wants to start. Okay, but that is not what we are discussing in this video. We're discussing fair value gap in this video. So basically, when you want to enter a buy trade based on fair value gap, you look for a green candle to appear in an uptrend and you wait for price to pull back into the zone, and then you can look for a good buying opportunity right above the rectangle. Then you place your stop loss at just the previous low. Then for a sell entry setup, let's see if we can find another example where we had a fair value gap identified for a sell. Okay, it seems like the indicator mostly gives mostly gives signals for recent price activity. Okay, so this was well, let's just go to another time frame. Let's see if we can find something we can use. Yeah. Okay, well, in this case, the price did not exactly get into the zone properly. It just touched the tip of it. Okay, but basically for your sell entry setup, you just identify the red rectangle forming in a downtrend. It should be a downtrend, please. Then wait for price to retest the zone. This one was just the tip of the zone that was retested. Okay, then you can enter a short trade after you get your confirmation below the rectangle. Then you place your stop loss at the previous high. All right, so that is for your sell entry. So these fair value gaps act as liquidity zones where institutions may step in, making them useful areas to watch for reversals or continuations. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments and I look forward to helping you out. Many traders misuse the fair value gap indicator by blindly taking trades when gaps form. Now, here are a few things to keep in mind, okay? Do not enter trades without trend confirmation. Always check market structure. As you can see, when I was doing an analysis on, was it the 30 minutes time frame? Yes, I was doing an analysis on this time frame and I noticed that there was a break of structure. That was the reason why the initial, prediction I gave that price was possibly going to come up. As I noticed that there was a break of structure, I now felt that if this break of structure is valid and bearish momentum should prevail, we will likely have further downsides instead. Okay, so that's the reason why it's important to pay attention to market structure. The fact that a gap has been created, the fact that a gap has been created does not always guarantee that that gap will be filled. Okay, you have to prioritize market structure over gaps being filled. Okay, remember that there is no strategy that is 100% accurate. No strategy is 100% accurate. No strategy gives 100% guarantee. So even when using fair value gaps to trade, take note that sometimes some gaps may not be filled. Okay, so just bear that in mind. All right. So always get trend confirmation. Basically, that is what I'm trying to explain. Always check your market structure, and then you can use the FVG indicator alongside other confluences, like combine it with support and resistance, moving averages or price action, just for stronger setup. So if you are comfortable with adding indicators to your chart, it's not like it's compulsory. Okay, it's not necessarily compulsory, but if you want additional confirmation, you can consider adding some extra indicators to your chart so that you can get confirmations for your buy and sell signals, basically. Okay, then watch out for false signals in ranging markets, because FVGs work best in trending conditions. Okay, being patient and waiting for the right confirmation is key to making the most of this indicator. Now you know how to install and use the fair value gap indicator on MT4. This tool is quite effective for spotting imbalances and liquidity zones, helping you improve your market entries. If this tutorial was helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future content. Let me know in the comments, how do you use fair value gaps in your strategy? That is it for this video. Happy trading, and I'll catch you in the next one.